Good afternoon. You are watching AFL NT coverage 2021-22 TIO NTFL season, round 12 at Wurrumiyanga Oval. I'm Rhiannon Bush, and with me is Will Zwar. Hi, Will.
Hey, Ree, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice and hot out here today.
Yeah, it's a stinker out here. It's scorcher here at Stanley Tipalura Oval. It's going to be a very hot day. Be interesting to see how both sides sort of adjust to the heat and I guess whether they sort of last the whole game or if we see one team sort of pull away from the other as the day goes on.
I think, Tiwi Bombers' first home game. They train out here in these conditions. I think you might give Nightcliff a run for their money today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's their first home game of the year over here. And they do love sort of playing out over here. I think last year when they played, it was, again, top of the table versus bottom of the table as we have today, but it was only a 15-point margin, so they definitely love the conditions out here, and hopefully we see a similar scoreline today, unlike some of the other scorelines Tiwi have had so far this year.
No, I think with their home crowd behind them, I think they're going to do pretty well today. Milestones, Brody Philo.
Yep, 100 games. Dual Nichols medalist for Nightcliff. He's obviously a very decorated player, had a great career up here in Nightcliff in the NTFL. And yeah, I guess one of the sort of big names going around, he's probably had a slower start to the year, but he'd be looking right up there again for a chance for the third Nichols medal later this year. Obviously, that footy's night of nights later in the season in March. But yeah, big game for him. I think the boys will definitely get around him, and I dare say he'll have a couple of shots on goal.
Yeah, I think so. Good luck to Brody. It's a great milestone to make 100 games in the NTFL. Good luck.
Jump in, I'll do the score. And just as the teams are heading out to get to their starting positions, we heard that, as they do ahead of every season, Tiwi Bombers did their traditional, I guess, sort of soaking and washing of their jumpers in the water out here on the Tiwi Islands. So a bit of a ceremony they had last night, down at Niu Beach. Just sort of trying to prepare them best for the season. Obviously, it's round 12, so a fair way into the season, but it is their first game, as we've mentioned, here at Wurrumiyanga Oval. I think that might give Tiwi a bit of belief behind them as well, and hopefully contributes to a good performance today.
Yeah, we want them going into the second half of the season on a bit of a high, and being their first home game, they just want to make people of Tiwi proud as well.
Absolutely, that elusive first win in about 2 seasons. They would definitely be hoping it comes today. Be nice to get a win for calendar year 21, but we'll see how we go. If not, I'm sure it's not too far around the corner. We'll have Nightcliff heading to the right of screen and Tiwi to the left of screen. As Tiwi get the first clearance of the game, I think it was the big man, Dougie Daniels, who hacked it out of mid-air. A little tussle off the ball there. Nyhouse looking to get to the ball. Fists it forward. Puruntatameri Dunn runs onto it. Can't pick it up. Nyhouse picks it. Hands it over to Jones. Jones hands it over the top again. Keeps going. Now the entry forward to Emery. Couldn't take the mark. Good spoil from the Tiwi defender there. And a bit of a scrappy start so far. As Jason Puruntatameri takes it, hands it back. McAdam now, bit of space, kicks across goal. And it's Dunn who'll rebound out of 50 for Tiwi. He goes forward, he finds Paulina tipping Woody. Umpire has paid the mark. Possibly blew his whistle a bit early there, but it gives both teams a chance to move down Tiwi's end of the field. Not a great kick there. Dougie Daniels under pressure. Hands it as he's tackled from the Nightcliff ruckman. We've got a ball up. In fact, it's a free kick Tiwi's way. Again, looking to move it quickly. Gee, that was a great intercept from Melville. He hands it off to the milestone man in Philo. He kicks it forward and finds Moo in a bit of space, a bit too far out to score. He goes inbound and finds Shawnee Wilson, who's had a fantastic start to the year. Again, oh, gee, that wasn't a good kick. I've put the commentator's muzz on him. Tiwi now looking to rebound. And it's a mark out there by Silvani Babui. He now goes inboard. Tiwi again looking to go forward. Kick on goal from Harley Puruntatamiri, and it's the behind, the first score of the day. Nightcliff now resume play. Again, it's a scrappy start from both teams. Nightcliff haven't really had a lot of clear possession. Tiwi making them work for it. The ball is fumbled over the boundary line. On the far flank, about 50 metres out from Nightcliff's goal. So we've got Bowen against Daniels in the ruck. Looks like Bowen got it out there. And Tiwi again with the kick forward. Looks like Dion Mankara there, the superstar with the ball on the wing. Looks to play on and move quickly. Kicks it inside 50. Good mark by King Cantilla. And he would be very comfortable from here. Obviously, he's played in the grand final, the Tiwi Islands grand final earlier this year for Wurrumiyanga Bulldogs. I think he kicked a bag that day as well. So no stranger to kicking goals at this ground, is he, Ree?
No. He's also our leading goal kicker for Tiwi Bombers, sitting at 21. Kyle Emery sitting at 25. So I reckon he's probably potentially hope to catch up today.
It's a good kick, but he's just been caught by the wind there. It does feel like since the game started, the wind has picked up a little bit today. And it's another behind. So Tiwi moved to 2 points. Nightcliff yet to trouble the scorers. Here's Brown on the back flank. Bit of a wayward handball out to Howe. He kicks it down to Islet, the superstar. And gee, that wasn't a good kick. The commentator's muzz again. He finds Puruntatamiri done in the middle for Tiwi. Throws it on the boot. Ugly looking kick. Didn't quite do the job. And I think that's Harper for Nightcliff. He goes out wide to Wilson. Wilson looks for Emery. Puruntatamiri done again with the spoil. And they will tussle it over the boundary line together.
It's a really good matchup there on Kyle Emery, keeping him pretty quiet so far.
Yeah, I was about to say he's 2 from 2 contests so far, Puruntatamiri, which wouldn't be giving Emery the confidence he wants so far, but I'm sure there'll be a few opportunities for him later today, but we'll be watching that one. It'll be one of the key matchups today, I think, Ree.
Yep.
Nightcliff Ruckman gets the double-fisted hit out of way there. There's another foray forward. That match up again. And Puruntatamiri did enough to occupy Puruntatamiri. And Dion Mankara now in the back line. He chips it forward. Dangerous kick. Wilson goes back to Islet. Islet steps around one on his left foot. And he finds a man inside 50, about 30 out. And it's Jess Budurek.
It's 5 minutes in now. I don't think Nightcliff's taken this long to kick a goal yet in the game this year.
No, they've got seems like they do have a bit of nerves. Maybe it's the flight over here, but haven't quite started as cleanly as they would have liked. But they do get the first goal of the game through Jess Budurek. So it's 1 goal straight, 6 Nightcliff, leading Tiwi on no goals, 2 behinds, 2 points. So a 4-point lead, as you said, 5 minutes into this game, Ree. And yeah, it's been a bit of a scrappy start. It tends to be a bit like that out here in these games out here.
Yeah. I think it's probably exaggerating, 10 degrees hotter over here than at TIO, that's for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. And it'd be interesting to see how that heat sort of, what role that plays on the players today. So it'll be Daniels on Bowen in the ruck again. I think that'll be another interesting matchup to follow throughout the day. Bowen wins that one. But Tiwi again with the hit out. I think it's through Simon tipping Woody. Not quite. Ball goes forward. Couldn't take a clean mark there. Here's Adam Tippingwoody now. Rolls around, hands it over, intercepted by the Nightcliff defender. And they get it out. On the wing, all alone, is Trent Melville. Looks to play on. No, he doesn't. No, he's called to play on. He goes forward. Emery on a strong lead. In fact, it's not Emery, sorry. It's Adam Wines. Kicks to the top of the square. Holt fits round the corner. And Cam Eilert marks it on the goal line.
Of course he does.
So this is looking a lot more like Nightcliff style of play the last sort of minute and a half.
Absolutely, and Cam Eilert's just returning from injury too, I think. I think this might be his first game back, potentially second game back. Just not going to miss this. Touch wood.
And he puts it through for Nightcliff's second goal of the day. And he's kicked that ball onto the roof over there on the other side of the ground. So interesting to see where the spares are coming from, if someone will be seen scurrying onto the roof to collect that one. All part of the fun here in the territory. Daniels, Nightcliff get the ball forward. Moo bounces over his head. Philo now hands it over the top, but it's intercepted there by William Dalla. He's had a pretty good season for Tiwi so far. There he goes again, sort of handballed it to himself. Daniels now with the ball. Nightcliff, too much pressure though, and they get the ball back. Another opportunity to go forward. Trent Melville's found by himself. Couldn't take the mark. Kick was too short, but he goes on goal and it's a behind. So Nightcliff move out to 2-1 and currently lead by 11 points. And Jason Purantatamira will take the kick out here for Tiwi. Looking at his options, isn't really happy with anything so far. And so it's just a quick kick over the top to Michael Dunn. He plays on. Kicks it to the run of Cantilla. In fact, it was to Adam Tippingwoody, but couldn't take the mark. Cantilla now gets a quick hands out, kicks on goal, and the goal umpire doesn't move. So that's Tiwi's first goal of the day. Kimmy Cantilla's first. And the crowd is starting to build, isn't it, Reeve? Said it's a slow start, but I think they might have all been in the canteen getting a bit of lunch before the game.
Yep, getting a bit of lunch before the game. And a goal they really needed to try and stay in this game as well.
Absolutely.
I love that they've only once they've not won it out of the midfield. The Nightcliff Rucks won it, but Tiwi's just read it so well each time.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of stats like that will give them confidence if they say, hey, we're winning the clearances here, we're intercepting, we're getting the ball forward. It'll definitely give them confidence, even if they do get a couple of goals down, as we saw with Nightcliff kicking the first two. Yeah. If Tiwi are at least a bit more confident, they'll stay in the game. And they've just won another one there. Unfortunately, didn't find a forward, but they've won another clearance. So I think that's 3 of the 4 so far. And Kim Cantilla gives away a 15-metre penalty.
Yeah, won't be too happy about that. It's unlike him.
No, he's just kicked the first goal for the team, and he's potentially given away another opportunity for the opposition to go forward. It's Bailey Edwards. Quick kick inboard. Buderick couldn't take the mark. But he dances around 2, now onto his right. Low ground ball kick to Eilert. Didn't make it to him. Moo hands it out again to Buderick. Now McAdam for Tiwi intercepts. Hot ball in the Nightcliff forward line. Hands over the top. Eilert kicks his second for the day. Again from the goal square, easy as you like. And he's looking like he could have a big day out, Cammy Eilert.
Yep. I don't know how many goals he averages a game, would you know?
It's not a stat I'm on top of.
I reckon he gets a few a game when he does play.
I think he might have kicked about 15 or so far this season. He's probably played it. He probably averages about 2 goals a game, I'd say. So 6 or 7 games so far this year.
it'll be interesting to see who wins it out of the midfield now. Tiwi have won the last one again.
And they've got a makeshift ruckman, Dougie Daniels, who's having a spell on the bench. So it'll be well undersized. As Jackson Bowen easy wins that hit out. But Tiwi with the clearance again. So they're doing well in the midfield. Purun done the target here. But Nightcliff defender did enough. Nyhouse now does a quick 1-2 with Deary, and he kicks it outbound to Howe. Just trying to look past the truck here. Interesting setup as always on Tiwi Islands, and we'll have a boundary throw in on the Tiwi forward flank. And Deary again, easy as you like out of the ruck. Dulla tried to get his hands on it, but didn't work. Harley Purun hacks it forward. Nyhouse kicks it while being tackled. The Tiwi player couldn't take the mark cleanly, but he's given a high tackle. And it's Jean Purun assessing his options, calling for someone to do something. Goes for a quick kick there, and he finds Brendan Cantilla, who's playing up forward today. He's played a very good roll down back. It's Kim Cantilla that time, tried to get his boot to ball, but he was tackled and it's rushed through from behind. So Tiwi moved to 1 goal, 3-9, trailing 10 points. Nightcliff on 3 goals, 1-19. It'll be Nyhouse kicking out from fullback. Finds Holt Fitz. Another quick kick to Cam Eilert, who's been everywhere. I think it's Sean Wilson there, the acting captain today. Finds Jones in the middle of the ground. Looks to go quickly. And Nightcliff looking to move forward again. Trent Melville inside 50, looks to square it up. He finds Liam Holt-Fitz, who's made his way down the ground. He started that passage of play from the kick out down in the back pocket. And yeah, very good effort from the young fella lining up for his first goal of the day, Ree.
I'm really impressed with Nightcliff's backline. Tiwi winning the clearance, and they just seem to hit a roadblock every single time.
Yeah, they definitely have been under pressure so far, but to only let through 1 goal and 3 behinds, I think 2 of those have been rushed, just shows great composure. So Holt Fitz walking in now for a shot on goal. And he's happy with it, he likes that one. Puts it through. Nightcliff move to 4 goals, 1-25, a 16-point lead over Tiwi in the early stages of this game. So it's Robbie Darcy Jalamana in the ruck for Tiwi against Jackson Bowen. Very one-sided affair when you look at the size of them both. We'll see what Darcy Jalamana can do. As I said before, Dougie Daniels looks to be on the bench. Well-deserved spell, and I think when he is off, they will struggle in that department. But as we've been seeing, it hasn't bothered them too much. They're looking to read the ball off the hit out, and here they go again. Another clearance. Harley Purun kicks it forward.
Beautiful.
And as easy as you like, Adam Tipping-Woody on a strong lead out of the goal square takes a mark.
Exactly what they've needed. Forwards just getting in front of the defenders. Like you said, Tiwi are winning it every single time. So, is this his distance, you reckon?
I'll back him from here.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just to behind. I've put the commentator's curse on him, unfortunately. So Nightcliff now looking again. Oh, second guessed himself. And it's intercepted there. And Tiwi kick a goal. Great work from Dwayne Kirinoa, the youngster. Played his first game last week. His second game here on the Islands. and that's not what Nightcliff would want to see at all.
No. Yeah, just the laps there. They'd be pretty disappointed. That's something that they would never do.
Yeah, the defender, I couldn't quite work out who it was, but just coming out of that kick out, he sort of second-guessed himself, went for a short pass and just gave Kiranora a window of opportunity, which he's seized with both hands and obviously kicked the goal. Dougie Daniels back on the ground for Tiwi and competing in the ruck. And he let the big fella win it easy, but maybe that's part of the plan as they get yet another clearance. Brendan Cantilla now looking to go forward. A quick kick to Kim Cantilla, Cantilla to Cantilla. And he looks like he's going to back himself. This might be a bit far from him. We've seen him have a shot from about this range earlier today, but the wind's played a role in that kick. So we'll see how he goes here. Maybe he'll have a better second crack at it. He strolls in, kicks it. Gee, it's a high ball. Didn't look good at all. Wurrumiyanga done at the drop of the ball, and it's punched over and it hits the point post. So we'll have a throw in, no score from that kick. And as you may have heard, the wind interference came just as he was lining up. So yeah, it's coming in gusts and blows today. And yeah, I dare say could have a say on the scoreboard at some point. Wurrumiyanga done looking for the tackle. Ball again close to the boundary line. Nightcliff hack it forward. Comes over the top, and I think they might be away here. No, the umpire has called for a free kick in Tiwi's favour. And it's Harley Wurrumiyanga who line up from a tight angle, but he looks like he's pretty focused on the goals. So a stroke of confidence could be what he needs to put it through the big sticks. Wurrumiyanga kicks it. Decent looking kick, but it's a behind. So Tiwi move out to 2 goals 5-17, trailing Nightcliff on 4 goals 1-25. It's an 8-point margin, which is probably reflective of how the teams are playing so far, Reed.
Yeah. Yeah, both teams are matched pretty well at the moment. I think Nightcliff might be a bit rattled.
Just as you've said it, they've turned it over again. Adam Tipping-Woody now. Brendan Cantilla trying to tap it forward. And they're putting a lot of pressure on Nightcliff as that's another throw in. And they're looking a bit, they definitely are looking a bit rattled. Nightcliff, they're still up, they're still in front, but they haven't started the game the way they would have liked to.
No, not at all. Tiwi are just all around the ground at the moment. They're in front, and they just seem to be getting to the ball first.
Yeah, you're right, they're intercepting. They've got courage with the way they're playing at the moment. They're looking brave, they're looking to attack. Haven't quite hit the scoreboard the way they would have liked. 2 goals 5 is an inaccurate start, but to be 8 points behind the reigning premiers when you're in last place and haven't won in 2 years isn't a bad position to be in. The umpire's pulled a free kick out. The milestone man Philo now throws it on his left, kicks forward. And Jason Wurrumiyanga at the drop of the ball couldn't take the mark. Now Michael Dunn tackles in. And Dunn gets quick hands out over the top. And the big fella, Paulinus Tipping-Woody, with the ball, kicks it inbound to Harley Wurrumiyanga. He plays on, tries to dance around his opponent, takes one bounce. He goes forward as well, looks for Kim Cantilla. Beautiful bodywork there, but he's given away a free kick. And unfortunately, he just did a bit too much there. Kimmy, a cheeky little nudge may have seen him away and running into an open goal, but it wasn't to be. And so Nightcliff rebound out of the defensive 50. Can't find the big fella. And Nightcliff now with the ball, but the umpire's pulled another free kick. And there's a bit of biff over there. And players are coming from everywhere. The crowds are getting a bit more vocal as well. Umpire has given a free kick Nightcliff's way. Possibly been reversed. It is Sean Wilson who looks to resume play I think that's the best way to do it, Reed. Just let the play go and hopefully the players focus on the ball.
Let that sort itself out over there.
And Holt Fitz runs. He's in a yard of space. He's under hot pursuit, but I don't think the play will get to him. He now puts on the jets, runs into goal, and he kicks it truly. He may have another opportunity here. He is pushed over late. The umpire's just said to the Tiwi player, watch out, don't do it again. And so Nightcliff move to 5 goals, 1-31 at Tiwi on 2 goals, 5-17.
It's quite disappointing. You know, a few of the Tiwi players ran in over there, just opened up Nightcliff and to get that quick goal.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, it's sometimes it does get a bit heated out there on the footy field. We both know that, but yeah, when it does, you sort of need to pull your head in and work out, okay, what's important here, and make sure you don't let a player like Holt Fitz out the back for an easy run on goal like he did.
Come on, number 17.
Nightcliff with the hit out. And this time it looks like they will move forward first. Good kick forward from Bailey Edwards to the top of the goal square. And it's a free kick in Nightcliff's favour. Cam Eilert kicks his third. No, it's been touched. He's been pushed over in the goal square. It could be on again here. There's a few tensions out there on the footy field today, Ree.
Yeah, it's a bit heated.
No, it'll be a kick in. So Nightcliff now sitting on 5 goals, 2-32. As Will Duller takes the mark in the back line for Tiwi. Looks to move it forward. Oh! Gee, that was a fly. Couldn't get his hands on it. Big fella Dougie Daniels running down the wing. Dances around one, sells a bit of candy. He'd love that, but he's coughed it up and kicked it straight down the throat of the opposition player. He goes inboard now. I think it's Kyle Emery there. Well away from the goals. He goes outbound to Nyhouse. Nyhouse goes to the middle of the ground, but only finds Harley Purantatameri. He kicks it forward now. Purantatameri done the target. But the big fella, the Nightcliff defender's taken the mark. Too tall for him. And he plays on, he takes a bounce.
Simon Deary.
He kicks it forward. To no one in particular, and Tiwi could be on here. Paulina Stippenwood, hands it over the top to Brendan Cantilla. He gathers it. Throws it on his right. Gee, it was a tight kick and he didn't quite have enough on it. It's through from behind. So Tiwi 2-6. They've had more scoring shots today, Reed, but they've been a bit wasteful.
Also, unlike Nightcliff, to miss those switch kicks as well. So it's good on. Well, that's a bit of a scramble from the midfield getting down there to help out the forward line.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, there's been a lot of pressure so far from Tiwi. Some good offensive pressure and defensive pressure from them today. Free kick will go the way of Nightcliff to Ware. He's been playing as a backup ruckman for Nightcliff today as well. He goes forward, finds Emery. Good kick to Eilert. And he will be paid a free kick for being held. And he looks to move quickly, goes to Holt Fitz in the pocket. The umpire's paid a 50-metre penalty to Eilert though, on the siren, so he will line up for goal number 3, I believe.
Yeah, that was from the moving around on the mark. Can't do any more. Still gets a few of us.
Yep, still it's been implemented pretty well from what I've seen and experienced so far this year, and the players have adjusted to it relatively well too. But unfortunately, the Tiwi players just done a bit too much on the mark there, and it's resulted in a goal to Nightcliff. So we'll head into quarter time here at Wurrumiyanga Oval for round 12 of the TIO NTFL season. Nightcliff on 6 goals, 2-38, leading by 20 points against Tiwi Bombers, 2 goals, 6-18. They're not out of it yet. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break.
Welcome back to the live coverage of the AFL NT 2021-2022 NTFL season from Stanley Tupilura Oval. I'm Rhiannon Bush, and with me I have Will Zwar. Did I get it right?
You got it right,
okay,
yep.
Good.
It's a 20-point lead here at quarter time, Rhea, and what are your thoughts on the game so far?
I've actually been quite impressed with Tiwi today. They've rattled Nightcliff, I think. Their midfield is phenomenal. They're winning, well, they're reading their ruckman, the Nightcliff ruckman's tap, and clearing it nearly every time. For me, it's just their forwards just need to be in front.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right there. I think their Tiwi's pressure's been very impressive up forward. We saw young Dwayne Kirinoa kick a goal, his second game for the Tiwi Bombers. Obviously, first one for the year here over on Bathurst Island. But yeah, that was some great pressure. We saw he intercepted a kick in, has then gone on and kicked the goal, and I think the players got around him there. That's sort of the inspiration they'd be looking for from one of their young and future stars.
Absolutely. So Cami Arlett on 3 goals, Liam Fitzholt and 2, and Jesse Broderick 1. Then we've got Kim Cantilla on 1 and Dwayne Kiranua on 1 as well.
So we start the second quarter here. Be an interesting contest here in the ruck all day. It's Bowen on Daniels, and Daniels has received a free kick from the umpire to start this second quarter, so it'll be yet another centre clearance to them. Obviously, this time courtesy of a free kick. Looking to give it off to Harley Puruntadamiri. Straight away, he goes forward. But again, they're just not accurate moving inside the forward 50. Adam Tippingwoody manages to work the ball in his favour, though. Tiwi now pushing it forward, but it rolls over the far boundary line. So Tiwi have an opportunity here. Obviously, very early stage of this second quarter, just 36 seconds into it. But they've worked the ball forward again. They've had some good pressure down their forward line today. We'll see if they can create some magic out of the ruck here. Wasn't a favourable throw-in as a big fella from Nightcliff Bowen got the hit out. It's Nyhouse there on the far side, gets a handball over. But Adam Tippingwoody takes it through, and gee, that's a ripper goal. Kicked from the boundary line. In fact, no, it's a behind, sorry. I think the crowd thought it might have gone through. A few cheers from the far side there. There's Nightcliff looking to rebound quickly. Not accurate, though. Liam Holt-Fitz picks the ball up, hands it out to Melville. Melville now to Hopkins. But Dion Munkara takes the ball. Gee, Nathan Brown flew there with a fist. Dion Munkara again picks it up, kicks it forward. Comes over the back. Brendan Cantilla throws it on the outside of the boot, and he kicks the first goal of the second quarter for Tiwi. So they're up and about early.
Listen to the crowd, exactly what they need to keep them in the game.
And the umpire's called it a goal. So they move 3 goals, 7-25, trailing by 13 points against Nightcliff on 6 goals, 2. And you're right, the crowd will definitely be wearing red and black today, Ree.
For me, just coming out of the midfield again, I think Tiwi just need to lower their eyes a bit. They keep bombing it in, and as you can see, the matchups down there, we have Nightcliff have quite a tall back line.
Yeah, absolutely. They're winning the ball out of the middle, but they're not winning it up forward in the air. They're kicking sort of almost straight to the Nightcliff defenders each time. Tiwi again, another clearance. Harley Puruntadamiri kicks it forward, finds his man. That's what we want to see, Ree, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Hands it over. Harley Puruntadamiri goes on goal. It's long, it's accurate. And he's happy with that. Gives us a bit of an aeroplane. And they reduce the margin again. It's just 7 points now. In fact, no, that was another behind. So not sure what's happened there. Must have been touched over. Touched over by the Nightcliff defender. So the crowd's even influencing my calling here. They scream so loud, I think it's gone through for a goal. So Nyhouse will kick it in for Nightcliff. Finds his man on a short, sharp pass. Bowles, I believe it is, kicks it in the middle of the ground to Holt-Fitz. He now goes forward to Howe. Hands it over Butterick. Off to Emery, running into an open goal. Put a bit too much on it though, and it's a behind. So nearly end-to-end stuff there from Nightcliff.
Yeah, it'd be pretty disappointing with that one. He definitely had the opportunity. He was by himself, almost.
Jason Perun Tatamiri now with the ball in the back pocket. He's got Aiden McAdam offering something, but he doesn't go to him. Instead, it's a quick kick over the top to Michael Dunn. Dunn plays on. He's got pace, he takes a bounce. Under pressure, hands it off. Ball now comes into Dulla. He takes a good mark. And he goes forward, finds his man. Another entry inside forward 50 from Kieran Noah. Gets it over the top. Brendan Cantilla, Adam Tipping-Woody crumbs it, throws it on his left. And that's a goal. And gee, look at them celebrate. They're getting around him. They're up and about, Tiwi. High fives in the middle of the ground. Congratulating William Dulla on his good work there as well. It's a great mark at half-back for him. And I think it's going to be a bit of a game of that. We've seen both teams sort of move quickly from the back line to the forward line. It's definitely going to be a game of drives, Ree. Absolutely.
That was a great passage of play by Tiwi. I think it took him 2 kicks to get down the forward.
So Tiwi moved to 4 goals, 8-32, trailing Nightcliff on 6 goals, 3-39. Just a 7-point margin so far. You'd almost say that Tiwi are the better team and probably deserve to be in front, but they have been inaccurate. As Bowen wins the hit out, Wilson tried to hack it forward, but Holt Fitz crumbs it. He kicks it straight to Jason Perun Tatamiri, who's been pretty good down in that back line so far today for Tiwi. That wasn't a good handball. Dion Munkara now hands it back into him. And he goes across goal. No, he doesn't. He goes inboard back to Perun Tatamiri. Takes another bounce. They've switched play to the far side here. Aiden McAdam on that back flank.
It's good Tiwi are so composed compared to Nightcliff at the moment.
Yeah, they definitely are. And I think, you know, the fact they're playing well would help them with their composure. They're not looking to rush it too much. Munkara out to Harley Perun Tatamiri. He takes one bounce. Looks to go inboard. Tries to get around Wilson. Doesn't quite, but does a job to get through him. But it's a kick straight down the throat of Bowen. And he goes forward. Finds his man in Harper. He goes forward to Emery.
That's Adam Wines.
Adam Wines, sorry. He's going to go back and have a shot. Looks like he's directly in front.
It's all these similar haircuts I've got at Nightcliff.
Yeah, there's a couple of the long mops. So Wines kicks it. It's gone through for a goal. So the Tigers extend their lead. They're now 7 goals, 3-45, leading by 13 points against the Tiwi Bombers. 4 goals, 8-32. As we hit the 7-minute mark of this second quarter.
Yeah, Tiwi were definitely on a roll just then. Their composure, their movement out of the back line. I've been pretty impressed with them today.
Yeah, absolutely. We do know that they do sort of traditionally play well over here, even if it is a couple of times a year. And they're definitely come to play today. Obviously, could be their only opportunity to play in front of a home crowd this year, so they want to make the most of it. And if they can get a win, I think this would be the one game that they'd say this is the one we want. So Tiwi again move forward. Kim Cantilla with the double fist forward. Kick into the forward line. Brown did well there. But Adam Tipping-Woody crumbs it again, throws it on his left, and it's a snap through for a goal. So his second goal of the quarter. And Tiwi definitely making a game of this one. They move to 5 goals, 8-38, trailing by 7 points, Ree.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see after half-time what Nightcliff coach is going to say to the boys. I don't think they... Like I said at the start of the game, they were, you know, going to give them a good run for their money, but I didn't think it would, you know, sort of be like this. So I'm so glad I came over here, actually.
Yeah, it's a good day so far. Great game, not like some people were predicting it could be a bit of a blowout. But Nightcliff are definitely looking to do something. They've got their 4 guns in the middle. They've got the milestone man, Philo, they've got Wilson, they've got Eilert, who kicked 3 goals in that first quarter, but he's yet to trouble the scorers so far. So interesting to see if they win their clearance here or if Tiwi keep going the way they have. And it's Philo who wins it out of the middle. Straight away kicks it to the lead of Melville. Great punch by Dion Mankara. And that goes over the boundary line. Interesting to see Mankara playing the back line. I haven't really liked him there so far this year. I think he's been wasted and I think he would have been better on the half forward flank. But today he's definitely being a cool head and a bit of a leader down that back line, sort of creating and directing the play. And obviously they're well in the game today, so that could be a good move. Nightcliff now, here's Eilert. On his right, goes towards goal. Gee, that's a pretty good kick and he's happy with it. So he takes his tally today to 4 goals and extends Nightcliff's lead to 13 points again. So it's been a bit goal for goal this quarter. Tiwi with the first 2. And since then it's been Nightcliff, Tiwi, Nightcliff. Currently 8 goals, 3, 51. Nightcliff leading Tiwi on 5 goals, 8, 38.
Yeah, like you said, they put all their big guns in the midfield then, and it definitely worked. They got a good clearance, clean clearance.
So Ware wins the hit out. Philo didn't quite get the ball. But it's not a mark by Wines. Wilson gets her hands off. Nightcliff player again moves forward. Holt Fitz now with the ball. Runs around, handballs it over the top. Not a great pass though. And Tiwi have done enough to press it over the boundary line. Have they not quite yet? Holt Fitz now, the magic man. Runs around, throws it on his left. But Jason Purantatameri marks it over the line. It'll be a behind and a kick out. Dion Mankara to resume play pretty quickly. Goes to the young fella in Kira Noah. Runs onto the ball. Gets through his opposition. Only got it as far as Howe. He goes inboard now to Butterick. Butterick over the top to Harper. Harper from outside 50. Gee, that's a good long kick. But Purantatameri on the line again, marks it, hands it off to Mankara. So those two have been combining a fair bit today, Reed.
Yeah, they're a good combination back there. And it just seems as though Nightcliff are just bombing it into the forward line at the moment. If they need to lower their eyes, have a look around.
Harley Purantatameri now goes inboard, finds Michael Dunn. He hands it to the run of Mankara. Again, having a pretty good game so far. Kicks it down onto the forward flank. And Tiwi looks to go inboard. It's Paulinus tipping what he was taken high. Hands it off Dalla, couldn't take it cleanly and he's wrapped up pretty quickly. Gee, Tiwi might have got themselves in a bit of trouble here. Nightcliff could be away out the back. Dalla gets the ball out for Tiwi. Hand over the top, Moo gathers, he's taken high and he'll get the free kick. Almost a coat hanger-esque tackle. I don't think there was any malice behind it. It's just that Moo's so short, it's a bit hard not to catch those short guys high sometimes, Ree.
Yeah, yep, I've definitely done that to people.
And Nightcliff have gotten away over the back. Umpire's called advantage, play on. And it'll be Butterick, I think, who kicks his second goal of the day. Easy as you like. So Nightcliff move out to 9 goals, 4-58 on Tiwi. 5 goals, 8-38. It's a 20-point margin. And Tiwi looking a little bit out of sorts in their back line in that passage of play. They're still sort of getting to their feet, trying to work out what exactly happened. But hopefully for their sake, they can keep going the way they have in the middle and win those clearances.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they set up this time. Tiwi did win the clearance last time.
Again, undersized in the ruck department. They've got Dalla, DeSantis and Harley Purantatameri in the middle for them. And Nightcliff this time through Moo. In fact, it was through Harper, sorry. Work it forward now with Moo. He hands it out to Ware. Ball goes inside. Nightcliff's forward 50. Dunn couldn't take the mark. Would have been another intercepting mark. But Nightcliff, gee, they've got numbers, plenty of numbers, and gets it over the top to Wines in the goal square. He kicks a goal easy as you like again, and that's 2 pretty easy goals for Nightcliff. So Tiwi wouldn't be happy with that at all. They move out to a 26-point lead.
Yeah, is this where the game turns? And Nightcliff show why they're top of the ladder?
Could well be a turning point. Obviously, for the sake of the game, you hope that Tiwi sort of pull themselves together and say, hey, we've been playing well so far, don't let these sorts of games just slip like that. We can definitely match it with them, and hopefully they start getting some scores on the board. So it's Darcy Jalamana in the ruck for Tiwi against Bowen. And Bowen with a pretty easy hand, but straight to the Tiwi boys, who move forward quickly. Harley Purun-Tutamiri gets it over the top. Cam Eilert now intercepting and mopping up, rebounding out of the back line. Hands over to Butterick, who's been pretty good so far today. He goes inboard again. Got a favourable bounce the Nightcliff defender did. Kicks it forward. Wines used his body well against McAdam there. Picks it up, hands it inboard to Wilson. Wilson goes into Paris. And from inside 50, he's missed just to the near side. That was a good play from Nightcliff there. They were under pressure, but they managed to work it through pretty well. Purun-Tutamiri now for Tiwi, out of full-back from the kick-in. Not a great kick. And Michael Dunn, we'll see what he can do. Goes across the ground to DeSantis. He takes the mark, and he's got Aiden McAdam in a fair bit of space. Doesn't take the mark, though. Enough pressure from Josh Hopkins. McAdam again. Gets the ball, gets it back, a quick 1-2. Tries to get around Butterick. Only gets it as far as Wines. He kicks inboard now to Wilson. Wilson goes inboard, finds Holt Fitz, goes over his head, and the Tiwi players intercepted it. He's running forward, finds another man a bit too far out to score. It's Gene Purun-Tutamiri who's had a good run of play there. He's had 2 disposals, and he's set up Harley Purun-Tutamiri in the forward line. So this could be a well-needed goal for them, Ree.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they was going back into Nightcliff's forward line, but Tiwi scrambled, created turnover in the centre, and now they're up forward.
Yeah, great work there from Gene Purun-Tutamiri. I think he had the interception at half back, a quick kick forward, then got the hands back. Unfortunately, Harley Purun-Tutamiri's missed that one, so they've been inaccurate today. 5 goals, 9. So they've had a total of 14 scoring shots to 15 scoring shots, but they're down by almost 30 points. Wines takes a mark on the half-back flank now. Gets it back to Hopkins. Hopkins goes down to Bowen, gets it back to Hopkins on the run. He looks to go inside the forward 50. Can't find, I think it was Emery. And Purun-Tutamiri, he's away. Under hot pursuit, a kick forward. A bit too much for Darcy Neal. Small fella for Tiwi. But it's a boundary throw in just forward for Nightcliff on this near side on the wing. So it'll be Bowen on Darcy Jalamana in the ruck. Bowen again, easy as you like, almost a double hit out there. And it's a ball forward for Tiwi, but who is it? Jason Purun-Tutamiri couldn't take the mark, and Nightcliff will make the most of it. Gee, that is a very clever goal from Trent Melville. So he extends Nightcliff's lead. It's 11 goals, 571 to 5 goals, 939. I'm just trying to do the quick maths in my head, Ree. It's 39 points. No, sorry. Gee, my maths is well off.
71.
32 points. 32-point margin. As we head to the 18-minute mark of this second quarter here at Wurrumiyanga Oval. So it'll be Darcy Jalamana again doing ruck duties. Very undersized there for Tiwi, and Bowen wins it easy yet again. But Tiwi putting up a fight in the midfield. Haven't got the clearance that time. Ball comes forward. Wines, who's been pretty good this quarter for Nightcliff, rolls around on his right. Jason Puruntatameri. Gee, he's been very reliable back there today for Tiwi. He looks to go to Brendan Cantilla. Plays on quickly. Kicks it to the run of Dwayne Kirinoa on the wing. Takes one bounce. Kicks it forward. Just a bit too much for Dougie Daniels, and it rolls over the boundary line. But as quick as you like, Tiwi turn a defensive play into a scoring opportunity.
Yeah,
if they can take it out of the ruck here.
It's quite magical to watch just how quick they move the ball when they've got it and when they're on a roll.
The big fella, Dougie Daniels, will be in the ruck here, so good competition for Bowen. Bowen wins it easy. Kicked forward by Eilert over there, I think. Holt Fitz now tries to pick it up, but he can't. Dion Munkara gets a quick hands out, but it's over the boundary line. So Tiwi definitely be looking to get at least one goal, possibly more, before this half-time break. They don't deserve to be as far down as they are. As we said, it's a 32-point margin, but it feels like it should be a lot closer than that. Nightcliff have had the last couple of goals pretty easy, pretty cheap goals. Tiwi wouldn't be happy with that. Nightcliff now with a free kick, rebounding from their defensive 50. Not a great kick, but it was a good mark there from the Tiwi player, Michael Thompson. Looks to go across the ground to Michael Dunn. Dunn plays on. A quick one out over the top to Neil. And Neil goes to Kim Cantilla. Good vision, good mark. He plays on from the boundary line. He kicks. Gee, that's tight. But he had a bit too much on it. Goes across the face, and it'll be a behind for Tiwi. So 5 goals, 10, 40. Plays 11 goals, 5, 71. A 31-point margin. Nyhouse looking to kick it in. A short kick out to Eilert. Eilert looking to slow it up. Kicks it over the top to Wilson. Goes to Brody Philo. Definitely looking to slow the play down. And he throws on his boot. Not a great kick, just sort of kicks it into space, but the space was in between about 3 Tiwi players, and looks like they will get the run of play again here. DeSantis kicks forward. Adam Tippingwoody the drop. Good defensive mark from Nyhouse there. He's been a rock in defence from this year. One of their best players, I'd say, for Nightcliff Ree.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most reliable defenders at Nightcliff. Good combination with him and Jones.
Nightcliff now on that far wing. Look to come back inboard. Paris. Gee, that was too easy for the forward. I think it's the big fella Wines. Just a uncontested mark in the forward 50. You can't let your big fellas have that opportunity as a defender.
I believe that's Kyle Emery now.
Kyle Emery, I'm still getting them confused.
There's haircuts. Yeah, some of the turnovers that Nightcliff are creating are actually just individual skills. Just whether it's hot out there, just really silly things, I believe.
So Emery waltzing into goal, kicks it. But he's not happy with that one, and it's a behind. So Nightcliff 11-6, 72. 32-point lead over Tiwi on 5 goals, 10-40. Puruntatameri resumes play, kicks it to Munkara. Munkara takes a bounce, gets around his opposition. Inbound to Cantilla, but it's intercepted. And now Wilson, the target up forward. Couldn't take the mark, but he'll run onto it. Open goal, and good pressure from Dale Munkara means Wilson's kick goes through for behind. And this time, Puruntatameri goes out to Dunn. He plays on, takes a bounce. He's got plenty of space ahead of him. Looks forward. He's got Puruntatameri Dunn on the lead. Ignores that. Goes to Puruntatameri Dunn now, running backwards. Ball sort of went over their heads and has hit the Nightcliff defender in the back. Eilert now will mop it up. Hands it back there to Howe. And Holt Fitz now, who's been pretty lively today. Hands it over to Hopkins. Hopkins back to Holt Fitz. Dances around 2, kicks it forward. Which big fella is it this time, Ree?
That is Kyle Emery.
He goes over, plays on to Melville on his left, and he snaps a goal. That's his second for the quarter as well. So good work for Tiwi to get it down, but when it got turned over, they just didn't quite do enough, and in the end, it was, again, just a bit too easy for Nightcliff. They push out to a 39-point lead.
One more, 85, 90.
So Nightcliff have really managed to get a hold on this game. They're almost double Tiwi's score as we edge closer to half-time. 24 minutes gone in this second quarter. And we'll see if Tiwi can do anything before that main break comes, or if Nightcliff can add to the scoreboard themselves. Ware won the hit out there. We get a free kick, a bit silly from the big fella Dougie Daniels there. And Ware is given a 50-metre penalty. I think that's, not sure exactly what that is. Might be that sort of moving around on the mark rule again. So the big fella, Ware, who's been playing pretty well so far today, second ruckman for Nightcliff. He'll line up directly in front, about 40 out, I'd say, by the time he kicks it. And it's another 50-metre penalty.
What was that for?
Not entirely sure. Again, might have been dancing around on the mark. I did see Adam Tipping-Woody on the mark sort of walk away as the umpires called 50. So again, just a bit undisciplined play there from Tiwi, and this has turned into a certain goal. So Nightcliff edge out to a 45-point lead. And Coach McAdam wouldn't be happy with that at all for Tiwi, would he?
No, he would not. I would like to see what he has to say to them in the half-time break. Especially the score doesn't feel the way how the actual game has been played.
No, not at all. Nightcliff have sort of certainly asserted themselves in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but prior to that, you would have said Tiwi were the better team so far today. So disappointing to find themselves on the back of on the wrong end of a 45-point margin. Dougie Daniels wins the hit out of the ruck. Neil comes in with the tackle for Tiwi. Harleypool and Tudameri throws on the boot, but Nyhouse will get to it first, uncontested. Now under pursuit, throws on the boot, kicks it forward. It's a great kick forward to Butterick. Looking at his options. He's got Wilson calling for it short. He goes inboard instead. Sam Harper takes the mark, way too far out to score, but definitely in a position to cause some damage, and he finds Sean Wilson, who's probably been one of the best players of the competition so far this year. He will line up for goal from about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and I'll back him from here, Ree.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good kick. He likes it. And it's more pain for Tiwi as Nightcliff cruise out to a 51-point lead. Gee, that happened quick, didn't it?
Yeah, I think Tiwi's just going to have to just get through what's left of this quarter, regather at half-time.
A bit too easy in the end there. As I said, Wilson's probably been one of the better players for the competition this year, and he took an uncontested mark in the forward line. Fair few of their goals this quarter. I think they've kicked about 9 of them. 9 or 8 goals so far this quarter have come from just easy marks in the forward 50, running into the open goal. And you can't allow that as we go into half-time. Nightcliff are up 14 goals, 791 to Tiwi Bombers, 5 goals, 1040. We had a game on our hands about 5 minutes into this quarter. But as we said, it's edged out to a 51-point lead. We will be back after this break. You're watching Round 12 action from Wurrumiyanga Oval of the TIO NTFL season 21-22. We'll see you shortly.
Welcome back. You are watching AFLNT 2021-2022 NTFL season from Wurrumiyanga Stanley Tipperary Oval. I'm Rhiannon Bush, and with me I have Will
Zwar.
Sorry about that, Will. Sometimes
That's
I get
all
it,
right.
sometimes I don't.
I've had my fair share of troubles with names today, so that's well and truly okay.
So we have Nightcliff leading 14 goals 7. Tiwi Bombers 5 goals 10. Leading goal scorers. Goal scorers today, we got Jesse Butterick on 3, Holtz Fitz on 2, Cam Eilert on 4, Eli Ware on 1, Trent Melville 2, and then 1 for Shawnee and Adam Wines. And for Tiwi, we have 2 for Adam
Tipping-Woody,
Yep.
1 for Kim Cantilla, 1 for Dwayne Kiranoa, and 1 for Brendan Cantilla.
Yeah, getting there. I'm getting there.
It's been an interesting game, Ree. We've saw a pretty tight first quarter, and it looked like Tiwi were definitely making a game of it in the first part of that second quarter. I think they hit 3 of the first 4 goals. And from there, Nightcliff went bang. They kicked 8 goals in that second quarter and have taken it out to a commanding 51-point lead at half-time. We've just had some pretty poor timing as well. The cloud coverage was perfect during that half-time break, and it's the sun's come out again as the players head out, so it's going to be very hot out there. It's very hot here under our little marquee in our little commentary truck. I don't know if that's what we can call it.
Commentary truck, yeah. Nice, slight little breeze.
So yeah, it's going to be a very hot and sweaty second half, I think. Dougie Daniels, the big fella in the ruck, against Jackson Bowen for Nightcliff. And Tiwi, one of their strengths today has been their centre clearances, so regardless of the hit out, they've been reading it pretty well. Interesting to see if they follow that trend again in this third quarter and this second half. So the umpire balls it up. And it's Bowen who wins the hit out. And Brody Philo gets the first clearance, throws it on the boot, hacks it forward. McAdam tried to take the mark, but it's dropped out. Wines gathers it, gets it out. Holt Fitz hands it over the top. Melville hacks it off his boot across the face of goal from almost right in front, and it'll be a throw-in.
Look, if he got that in, I thought it would have been quite a tricky goal.
It would have been a pretty spectacular goal if he had got it in. Yeah, I don't think you can blame him for missing that one, but he would definitely be kicking himself. Even if it is difficult ones, you don't like missing from right in front, do you? The umpire throws it in, and Melville, I think he won the hit out there against McAdam, but Tiwi get the ball forward. Here is Paulinus Tipping-Woody, kicks the ball out of half-back, looks for Cantilla. And he gets the ball now. A cheeky hand over the top. He's under pursuit, but he picks it up, gets a quick hands over in space, but the Nightcliff play in Ware got the ball first. Dwayne Kiranoa kicks it forward. And Adam Tipping-Woody has taken the mark about 45 metres out from goal. He might have changed his boots in the halftime break. I thought he might have been wearing white ones in that first half. He's now sporting the green ones. So we'll see if this does anything for Tiwi's fortunes. Don't know how confident he's looking here. He's walking in now, looking to add to his 2 goals in the first half. It's a pretty good kick, but it's marked on the line by the Nightcliff defender. Didn't quite have enough on it. And he plays on, looks to come out now to the Cam Eilert. He takes a good, strong mark, is pushed over the boundary line. Goes inboard. Now finds Philo playing his 100th NTFL game for Nightcliff today. Good kick across to Ware, but Cantilla made him work for it and brought the ball to ground. He now gathers it, turns around, rolls on his left, rolls back on his right, rolls on his left, takes a bounce, hands it over to the big fella, Dougie Daniels. He kicks it forward, bounces over the top of Philo. Purin Tatameri done now, gathers it, kicks it forward, bounced past Brendan Cantilla. And again, Nightcliff will be there to mop it up and kicks it out to Cam Eilert. By himself on the half-back flank, he plays on, kicks it forward to Trent Melville. Ball sort of nutmegged in, got through, tries to keep Adam Tipping-Woody at bay, taps it forward. Now with Roger Morris, he works it forward. And Butterick, who kicked the first goal of the game, he tackles DeSantis. Holt Fitz is now wrapped up. Umpire will call for a ball up in Nightcliff's forward line, about 30 metres out from goal. And so far, this second half has started on trend with that first half. Pretty fast play, Ree.
Absolutely. I don't know what the coach said to them at half time, but whatever it was, it's worked. It's 2 minutes in, nearly 3 minutes in, and yeah, Nightcliff get the score.
And some good pressure there, some defensive pressure from Tiwi, but they just took a bit too long there. I think it might have been Dion Mankara who's wrapped up, which isn't like him. Holt Fitz plays on, finds Eilert by himself. He gets it over the top, and that is another goal. Help me out here. Is this Wines or is this Emery? Kyle Emery kicks a goal.
He's first.
So Nightcliff extend their lead out to 57 points. Again, that goal a bit too easy. Eilert's 2 or 3 times already this quarter he's gotten cheap. I wouldn't call them cheap disposals, but disposals where he's been unmanned. We all know how good he is. I think he's a dual Nichols medalist. They've got a couple of them out there today. But yeah, dual Nichols medalist. He's already kicked 4 goals today, and you can't leave players like that by themselves. Bowen wins the tap. Here's that man again, Cam Eilert. Sam Harper takes the ball, hands it to Dougie Daniels. He kicks it forward, finds Paulinus tipping Woody, rolls around onto his right. Short, sharp pass to Brendan Cantilla. Couldn't quite take the mark. Purun Dunn grabs it, hands it out. And the umpire's called a free kick going the way of Tiwi. So they'll have a shot on goal courtesy of Eddie Purun Dunn.
A goal they really need at this point.
He hands it off to Harley Purun and he kicks towards goal and hits the post. So inaccuracy hasn't been their friend today either. 5 goals, 11. A lot of wasted opportunities, and that one doesn't help their cause at all. Nyhouse will kick out from fullback now. Switches the ball over, might be a flatty out there. Finds his man. Rebounds out of defensive 50. Melville took it on the half volley. Nightcliff still able to work forward on that far wing. Finds Butterick. He plays on in a bit of space. And there's a player out the back all by himself.
It's Adam Wines.
Adam Wines. So the 2 big blonde bombshells up forward, trading goals, high-fiving, celebrating with each other now. And the first minute, Tiwi came out pretty quick, pretty strong, and with a fair bit of pressure, but those last 2 goals have been way too simple for Nightcliff.
Yeah, just a quick 2 kicks down the line, and you can't afford to leave someone in the goal square by themselves like that. Scrambling defence Tiwi are doing right now.
And Jason Purun did a pretty good job early in the game, but he's playing a bit of a lone role out there today. And it is a bit of an undersized defence as well. Obviously, they do have those 2 big forwards in Emery and Wines. And there's not a lot of height to compete against them from the Tiwi defenders. Bowen again with the hit out. Kieran will get to it first though for Tiwi. Can't take it cleanly. Holt Fitz gets the first disposal. Just a grubber along the ground. Big hit from Eilert there on Dwayne Kiranoa. Hands it out to Holt Fitz. Sean Wilson now rolls over, hands it over the top to Wines. Wines from 50 on the boundary, goes to the hot spot. Emery's there. It's a good, strong mark. And he'll be on a tight angle, but he's every chance to kick this. He looks inboard. No. He'll go back and kick it. Crowd's wanting him to kick it as well, have a shot, give us something special.
Yeah, he has been fairly quiet, so I think that this goal should give him a bit of confidence.
Runs onto his left, and he's kicked it into the man on the mark. Again, that ball's bounced onto the roof, as you can see in the background there, but it's come down this time.
And they're what we like to see from Kyle Emery, those contested big marks is what he's known for.
Yeah, it was a great mark there. I think he had 2 defenders on him. He also had the pressure of the boundary line or the goal line right there, but he still managed to clunk it. Pretty good kick. So Michael Dunn now for Tiwi. Hands it over to Tipua Muntamiri. Tiwi trying to work it forward. Dwayne Kiranoa. Nightcliff threw some pressure, hit it forward. But DeSantis now with possession. He's tackled. Umpire calls holding the ball. So Nightcliff looking to move forward. They've got a few options open on the far side. Cam Islet's one of them. And gee, that's a good mark. Cam Islet has started the second half very well. He's played a pretty good game all round, to be honest. He's kicked 3 goals in that first quarter, 4 goals in the first half, lining up for number 5.
I'd definitely, if I was coaching Tiwi, I'd be putting someone to go with him. It just seems like no one can sort of keep up with him.
Cam Islet walking in. He doesn't miss those ones, and that's his 5th goal for the day. As Nightcliff move out to 17 goals, 810. On Tiwi Bombers, 5 goals, 1141. So it's a 69-point margin. And it's threatening to look ugly for Tiwi, which is not what they would want on their first and what could probably be their only home game here on Tiwi Islands for the year. They'd be wanting to put in a bit better effort for the rest of this game. Obviously, there's been a decent crowd coming out today, Ree.
Yeah, it's quite busy here today.
So Dougie Daniels again takes a spell on the bench, which means it's the undersized Darcy Jalamana in the ruck. He might have won that one there, I think. The Nightcliff players sort of got the third man up hit out, but Nightcliff are running forward now. I think the umpire calls play on. Bit of confusion out there. There's a free kick going Tiwi's way for a throw. Ball comes out now. Darcy Jalamana takes the mark. Looks to go forward to Dulla. But it wasn't a good kick. Straight to Brody Philo. Now Hopkins kicks it forward for Nightcliff. And the umpire has given a free kick. Looks like it's going Tiwi's way. No, it's going Nightcliff's way, but paid downfield. So the big fella Wines will have another shot on goal. No, he centres it. Again to Cam Islet. He was the target. He couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Trent Melville. He throws it on the boot. Bit of a mercurial shot, I think. Across the face. And Jason Purintatameri wraps him up. And we'll have a ball up in the forward pocket for Nightcliff. Not too much was gained from that. Hit up a quick possession over the boundary line, so another throw in from the umpires deep in Nightcliff's forward line. Melville wins the hit out there. Dale Mancaro takes possession, hands it to Dulla. Dulla wheels round, takes a bounce. Looks to exit the defensive 50. Kicks it to Brendan Cantilla. It is running on that far wing. He's in some space. He takes one bounce. He kicks it inboard, sideways to Purintatameri Dunn. That was a very clever kick, and he's taken the mark. Slows up play, allows his forwards to move down the ground. Big Dougie Daniels couldn't take the mark. Again, Kim Cantilla with the crumbs. Kicks it inbound. Gee, that's bounced off the player's knees. Unfortunate for him as Nightcliff are there. Take possession. It looks like they've got the numbers. We'll look to switch it now. And here comes, I think it's, is it Harper there?
Wines.
Wines takes the mark. He goes inboard. Now with Jones. Goes inboard to Shawnee Wilson. And keeps going. This is Wines again who started this play. Kicks towards goal. And he's happy with that. That's another goal for Nightcliff and another goal for Wines.
The composure for Tiwi to get out of the back line in the first instance and move down the way they did and not be able to capitalise up forward is quite disappointing for them. But, you know, this is why Nightcliff is at the top of the ladder the way that...
Yeah, absolutely. And we're just conferring there. I think there's a play it down for Tiwi on the goal line. Not quite sure what's happening. Umpires are just holding up play. So there's a player down. Can't quite see who it is. Might be Jason Purintatameri. He gets to his feet now. Looks like he'll be heading to the bench. So hopefully it's nothing too serious, as we've just seen Purun-Tutamiri, that's Jason Purun-Tutamiri, has just been taken to the bench after that goal. I think he just had a heavy come down and he's hit the ground pretty hard. And the umpires have just given a free kick to Nightcliff in the centre square. They move forward quickly. Sean Wilson takes a mark just inside the forward 50. Kicks it to a very short, sharp lead from Kyle Emery. And he'll line up for another goal as well.
A free kick was given just for a little bit of a scuffle there at the top of the 50. Just not disciplined Tiwi Bombers player.
And again, that's the coach killer. They've had a couple of coach killers today. Inaccuracy's been one, discipline's been another. And as we said, that's, you know, they're the reasons why Nightcliff, I guess, aren't on the bottom of the ladder. They're at the top, and probably the reasons why Tiwi are. So Emery walks in, not a great kick, and he's just hasn't quite put enough on it. It's behind to the near side. So Dion Mankara will look to resume play. Assesses his options, doesn't like anything so far. Finds Harley Purun-Tutamiri finally. He plays on and takes a bounce. Good effort from Mankara there to offer the Shepherd after his disposal. He gets the ball back now. Hands it over the top. I think it's Mankara again, a third disposal in about 30 seconds. And gee, that's a great rundown tackle. I think it was from Ryan Moo there from the Nightcliff colours on his Tiwi opposition. Looks to move the play quickly. Finds Nathan Brown. He kicks forward. Gee, don't know what happened with that kick. Wasn't a great one. And Tiwi looking to mop up Gene Purun-Tutamiri with the ball. He's tackled with it. Umpire calls play on. Ball comes out. And the umpires called a free kick, called advantage. It's Tiwi's favour. Michael Dunn on the run now. Kicks it forward to a lead of Adam Tipping-Woody. Works the ball in his favour. He's got Brendan Cantilla forward, gets it to him. Great pressure from Nightcliff. That was almost a certain goal for Tiwi. They just couldn't quite get the ball cleanly, and the pressure from Nightcliff was too much and enough to rush it through from behind. So they look to resume play. Ball now goes out to Brody Philo on the far side. Finds Jones. He goes forward. And gee, that's a long, accurate kick from Jones. And Cam Eilert, a bit too much on the kick there. Couldn't take it cleanly, but Nightcliff have runners forward. And the umpires have called for a free kick. So the ball will be brought back. I think Cam Eilert gets a free kick for a push in the back there. And he's already kicked 5 today, has he, Ree?
Yeah, he has.
So doing a very good job up forward. He's also been playing a fair bit of midfield and getting the ball really all over the park today. Kicks to goal. And it's gone through, gee. That's a great kick from Eilert. His Nightcliff move to 19 goals, 9, 123 against Tiwi Bombers on 5 goals, 12, 42. So it's definitely getting ugly out there.
Yeah, it's why Cammy Eilert is so good. He actually does play some really well-disciplined football, as you know, which is sort of lacking in. Oh, it's a bit of a turnover. Another. So something's happened, and Nightcliff have given another free kick on the way back to the centre bounce.
And it looks like it's Sean Wilson lining up here. Kicks towards goal. It's just behind. Tiwi let off there, but again, poor discipline. You've just talked about Cam Eilert, one of the stars of the game, who plays so well and does so well because of his discipline, and Tiwi giving away free kicks there that they really shouldn't be. Tiwi now on the rebound. Michael Dunn, in fact, sorry, it's Harley Purun-Tutamiri takes the ball. intercepted by Nightcliff. Holt fits now, hands it over the top. Wilson enters the forward 50, and again, player all by himself in the goal square. Kyle Emery has kicked another one. Too easy for Nightcliff and not disciplined enough from Tiwi.
Yeah, it's definitely not the blowout that we thought that was going to happen. First half of the game, Tiwi were sort of, rattled Nightcliff, and Nightcliff just turned it on to another level after halftime.
Absolutely, it's edged out to 88 points, and again, I don't know how that happened so quickly. Just seems like a few moments ago when this game was well on early in that second quarter, and since then it's been all Nightcliff. Dougie Daniels not even competing that hit out there as Bowen won it easily. Nightcliff looking to move forward. Eilert with the ball. Moves it to Moo. Gets a quick hands off. And Liam Holt-Fitz couldn't take the mark. Gene Purun-Tatameri looks sideways, finds Dunn. Dunn now goes forward. And Nightcliff intercept, looking to move forward themselves now. Ball comes over the top. I think that might be, is it Sean Wilson with the ball again? Finds Ryan Moo by himself but couldn't hit him. Moo now under pressure from Purun-Tatameri. Escapes him, gets a quick kick over the top. Butterick now throws it on his right, snaps it goal, and it's just a behind. Tiwi now looking to rebound from their defensive 50. Aiden McAdam takes a mark on that far back flank. Looks to go forward now to the lead of Neil. But the ball goes over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw on that far wing. Dougie Daniels on Bowen in the ruck. Start of the day, it was looking like it could be a pretty interesting competition between the two of those, Reed, but I think it's fair to say Bowen's probably winning the hitouts, or he's winning majority of the hitouts so far in this game.
Yeah. Almost like he's just waiting to read for it.
Absolutely. Nightcliff look to go forward. And umpire's picked a free kick out to Tiwi. Feels like the heat's been taken out of the game these past sort of 5 minutes. As we edge towards the 20-minute mark of this third quarter. Purun-Tatameri kicks it out to Harley Purun-Tatameri. Takes two bounces. Kicks it down the wing. And umpire calls free kick towards Nightcliff. They move it forward relatively easily. Purun-Tatameri did enough to put in the 1%er in the back line and force a boundary throw in. In fact, no, it was a free kick to Nightcliff. They've gone forward again. And Wilson looks like he'll line up for goal.
Yeah, Nightcliff's defensive pressure and able to build their come up early, cut that ball off. I think that's why some teams just can't get through sometimes, just how good Nightcliff's backline is.
Wilson only manages behind there. So the margin edges out to 90 points. Holt Fitz. It was very good there to create a turnover. Now goes on goal, but it's well wide. It's not out on the full. It'll be a boundary throw in as he hits the behind post. It just seems like Tiwi's completely dropped. There just doesn't seem to be any real pressure being forced out there for Nightcliff. They're doing everything relatively easily, probably not making the most of some of their opportunities. As Nyhouse moves forward, Gets it to Holt Fitz, rolls around on his left, snaps it goal. That's a bit better. He kicks it through for another one. I think that's his third for the day so far. Liam Holt Fitz kicked 2 in that first quarter. Another one in this quarter. The margin edges out to 96 points.
21, go.
Let's see what Tiwi can do from this centre bounce. You know, their midfield has been reasonably well around the ground all game.
Yeah, that first half they won most of the centre clearances, even despite Bowen's dominance in the air as a ruckman. As I said, sort of pressures seem to drop off. We haven't had a centre bounce for a while, so we'll see what happens here if they're competing or if Nightcliff just sort of keep their foot on the pedal. And Darcy Jalamana, I think he won the hit out there. Pauline's tipping Woody looked to take the clearance, but unfortunately it's a free kick to Nightcliff. So it'll go to Butterick. He's got a strong lead from Trent Melville, but he ignores that. Instead he goes wide. And players scrambling for the ball. Puruntada Mary Dunn takes possession. Spins around one. Aiden McAdam will take the free kick for Tiwi. Looks to go across ground. Don't know about that. A very high kick, dangerous kick, but it paid off in the end. Babui kicks it forward. Finds Pauline's tipping Woody. Rolls onto his right. Looks for Kim Cantilla. Kim tries to fly, but he jumped a bit early and he's given away a free kick. Unfortunately, it wasn't a very realistic attempt there from Kim. Like what he's trying to do, trying to wow the crowd despite the scoreline, but yeah, unfortunately just went a bit too early there and has turned what could have been an opportunity to score into a defensive opportunity for Nightcliff. Nias now on that far wing. Goes inboard to Buderick. Trent Melville now. A bit too far out to score. Hands it back to Buderick. He runs in easy as you like. Kicks towards goal and he likes that one. And so before three-quarter time, we've reached the triple figure margin. It's 102 points. Nightcliff 22-12, 144. Absolutely dominating Tiwi on 5 goals, 12-42 here at Wurrumiyanga Oval. And unfortunately, it's not the game we would have hoped for, Reed.
No, just having a look around, just some of the Tiwi players just walking. You know, again, why you see Nightcliff and why they're top of the ladder, their fitness, their ability to be able to play through the whole game.
Yeah, you're right, and they've got this game absolutely under control, but they're not sort of taking, you know, they're not taking it for granted. They're making the most of it. They're adding to their percentage. Yeah, just sort of trying to get around each other and share the love and, yeah, putting the throttle on full. As Tiwi now look to go forward. Rare foray forward. And here we have Jaden. I'm going to butcher this one. Aliman Kinney, I believe, is the pronunciation. And he'll have a kick on goal after the three-quarter time siren. From about pretty tight angle, but not too far out. I'd say it's about a 60-degree angle almost. So he walks in, kicks towards goal. He's gone through, so that's a goal to Jaden Aliman Kinney and reduces the margin to 96 points on three-quarter time. Sorry, it's 102 points on three-quarter time. Nightcliff 23 goals, 12, 150. Play Tiwi Bombers 6, 12, 48. We'll be back after this short break. Three-quarter time here from Wurrumiyanga Oval.
Welcome back. You are watching AFL NT coverage of the 2021-2022 NTFL season of Nightcliff and Tiwi Bombers at the Wurrumiyanga Oval, Stanley Tipperary Oval. I'm Rhiannon Bush, and with me is Will Zwar.
Yep, we're back for the final quarter of a game that unfortunately doesn't really have any spice or heat left in it, does it? It's all been one-way traffic since about halfway through that second quarter.
Yeah. Nightcliff 23-12, 150, and Tiwi Bombers 6 goals, 12 at 48. Leading the goals today is our friend Cam Eilert.
He's kicked 6 so far, and he's had a pretty good game. He would be getting my 3 votes, that's for sure. A few other players who I've liked today. It's been a pretty well-rounded effort from Nightcliff, but Liam Holt-Fitz has chipped in with a couple. Jess Butterick as well. I reckon he's probably been one of the better players. Haven't minded the work of Nathan Brown off half-back either.
Yeah, for me, I think, because I'm a back person myself, I do cheer the back line, but for me it's, is it Ryan? Don't know how to say his last name again.
Ryan Nyhouse. Yeah, he's,
I should know that. I play at Nightcliff.
Also been very good. I reckon he's probably the premier fullback in the competition at the moment. He's having a great season. I reckon he'd be coming close to winning Nightcliff's best and fairest as well at this stage.
Yep.
Tiwi, unfortunately, it hasn't been the same story. Dion Munkara and Jason Purun-Tutamiri had a pretty good roll together in that first quarter and that first half of the second quarter, but since then, it hasn't really been anyone's stand up. Eddie Purun-Tutamiri Dunn has been pretty good in the middle. He's tried, but a lot of players, I think it's just a bit too much to think about the 102-point margin at this stage. It's a very hot day here. As you said, it's probably about 10 degrees hotter here than it is in Darwin. And we haven't had a lot of cloud coverage, unfortunately, so there'll be a lot of hot bodies out there.
Brado Filo's 100th game, so this score, I think, it would be one to remember for his 100th game as well. He's doing not too bad today as well.
Absolutely. Hasn't been his best game. I don't know if he'll trouble the voters, but has still been pretty good when he's gotten the ball. Interesting to see if they push him up into the forward line at all and try and get a goal. He's starting in the middle, interestingly alongside that fullback we mentioned, Ryan Nyhouse. But it's Tiwi who will get the first clearance of the quarter, courtesy of Harley Purun-Tutamiri. Not a great kick, but he'll follow it up with a second effort. That's what you like to see. Takes it now, rolls around onto his left, kicks it forward. And Dulla was the target there, couldn't take the mark. Now trying to take possession. Tackles the Nightcliff player. Umpire will call for my ball. So big Bowen in the ruck there against Dougie Daniels. Bowen definitely takes the points out of that contest today. Players reluctant to take possession of the ball. Moo now gets the hands out. Howe gets the ball to Nyhouse. Nyhouse rolls onto his right, hacks it forward. Might work out though. Players tackled by Eilert. Moo gets the hands out to Paris. Paris takes a running bounce, gets through Dunn. Goes inside forward 50 to the lead of the forward. Bounces over the top of him. And Purun-Tutamiri gets away from Emery. Kicks a cross goal. Not very accurate, but it comes to Babui. He takes 2 bounces and he's got some pace which he'll use. A third bounce out of half-back, kicks it over the top to Gene Purun-Tutamiri, who's also been pretty good for Tiwi today. Hasn't been a great day for the club as a whole, but he can probably hold his head high. Now on that fast side, Tiwi still looking to move forward. Dion Munkara now takes the ball. Hands it inboard to the runner. Kim Cantilla the target. Couldn't take the mark. Nightcliff now with an opportunity to rebound, but Eddie Purun-Tutamiri done. Puts in some effort, hands it over to Neil. He kicks forward and it'll be a free kick to Nightcliff on the last line of defence. Haven't minded the efforts of the youngster Dwayne Kirinoa today either. He's playing just his second game of senior football in the NTFL this week. Ree?
Yeah, it's if unfortunately some clubs need to go through this stage what Tiwi's going through to rebuild, and having those juniors come through, you know, it's going to be beneficial long term.
Absolutely, yeah. He's only 16, so he's got a lot of footy ahead of him. He's probably been thrown in the deep end here, but he's definitely played well last week, played a lot better this week. He's kicked a great goal in that second quarter. In fact, I think it might have been that first quarter. But he's another one who can hold his head high. Nightcliff, and that's the milestone man who takes the free kick, kicks it inside their forward 50. Liam Holt Fitz takes the mark. So he'll go back and look to kick what I think will be his 4th goal if he can slot it. He's been very impressive today. He's just sort of bobbed up, been a lively presence in their forward line in their midfield, even in a few stages in their back line. So I've liked his game today.
Yeah, I think he's actually, the season has been a key forward for Nightcliff, winning one of the Players of the Round recently as well.
Yeah, he kicked 5 goals against Darwin Buffaloes in what was a pretty special performance. I think he might have kicked 4 of those in the first half or first quarter even. Walks in and kicks the goal. So goal number 4 for Liam Holt Fitz. Another big name player for them. I think he won the Cheney medal in their first flag season. Oh, was it 2018, 2019 Nightcliff won?
I'm not entirely sure. I only came to Nightcliff this year.
I think he won their first medal. I think that was the year they first won. Another bag of goals that night. I think he might have kicked 5 for them. So one of their superstars, and he's going to be pretty crucial for them. A bit of an X factor as they head to the deep end of the season after the Christmas break next week.
Yeah, the Christmas break is really what teams put the work in over those 2 weeks and who doesn't.
Absolutely. A lot of people in the footy world up here say, you know, it's what you do after Christmas, but Nightcliff have definitely done themselves plenty of favours heading into that break on top of the ladder, as they will here. Holt Fitz again, picks up the crumbs, kicks towards goal, and it's just a behind. So they edge out 24 goals, 13, 157 against Tiwi Bombers, 6 goals, 12, 48. It's a 109-point margin here on Tiwi Islands, on Bathurst Island today, as it's top of the table versus bottom of the table, and that margin is reflective of where these two teams stand in the competition. Wurrumiyanga Dunn takes it out of fullback, and that wasn't a great kick. Nightcliff making the most of it, and they'll get a free kick inside their forward 50. Crowd looking to get involved here as well, with a bit of unsolicited advice for the Tiwi boys.
Yeah, fellas keeping the scoreboard running.
So the kick on goal will fall short, but Melville made a contest of it. Holt Fitz tried to get a sneaky one off the side of his boot. Eilert will get to it first. Doesn't take possession though, and he's given a free kick, is he? Dion Mankara not happy with that one. Eilert sort of gave him a bit of a shepherd off the ball, but didn't want to take possession. Mankara trying to get around him, he's given away the free kick. Don't know if I like to see free kicks given like that, but it is sort of within the rules of play, so I guess the umpire was sort of forced. I guess he had his hands forced, is what I'm trying to say there, Ree. Got my tongue tied, don't I?
Yeah, I would be very disappointed in Dion. He's done such a great job back there.
And Eilert kicks across the face of goal, doesn't trouble the scorers. And Bowen wins the hit out. He's been dominant in ruck all day. Holt Fitz gets her hands over the top. Philo with a shot on goal in his milestone match, but just goes through for a behind. Yet to trouble the scorers for a major today. I reckon he'd love to get on the end of one. Dion Mankara resumes play, kicks it to Brendan Cantilla in that deep back pocket. Doesn't really have anything going for him, so goes to Jason Wurrumiyanga, but the kick was short, so put pressure on him when he didn't need to, and he kicks it straight down the throat of, I think it might be Ryan Nyhouse there on that far flank. Kicks it long towards Eilert in the goal square, and it's punched through by Mankara. Mankara not too happy at the moment, is he?
But he may not be happy, but he is solid down there. Keeping Nightcliff scoreless for now.
He's been very solid today in that back line. And the Tiwi player has won the hit out. Dulla kicks it forward. Wurrumiyanga Dunn couldn't take the mark. Bounces through. Kim Cantilla takes possession, hits it forward, taps it forward. Gets hands through to Alaman Kinney. Bit of a tongue twister, that one. Cantilla now is run down by the big fella. And that's a great tackle. You wouldn't think you'd see that too often, Kim Cantilla being run down by the ruckman, but that's exactly what's happened. It probably shows where the two teams are at today. Nyhouse now on that far wing. Not a great kick inboard. An umpire is pinging the Tiwi player for holding the ball. Howe now looks to go forward. As we've seen for much of that third quarter, it's starting to get just a little bit too easy for Nightcliff. They look to go to the top of the goal square. The big man Wines goes over his head. In fact, I think that one might be Emery. I've got those two confused all day. Sorry, Wines and Emery. You'll have to forgive me for this one. Dion Munkara now coming out of the back line for Tiwi. Takes two bounces, throws it on the boot. Adam Tippingwoody runs onto it, rolls onto his favoured left side and doesn't place away. Goes inboard to Kim Cantilla. That's a good mark, good play from Tiwi.
And, you know, Tiwi, their best footy is that kick to space, and it's just a foot race.
Absolutely, they do love sharing it around, and I think sharing it around as well, instead of blazing away. Adam Tippingwoody easily could have gone for goals there, but he's seeing Cantilla in a better position. Set him up, and Cantilla goes back and kicks truly. So it's their 7th goal of the game. They move to 7 goals, 12-54. Still trailing by a significant 105-point margin. Nightcliff on 24 goals, 15, 159.
Yeah, Tiwi playing out the game as best they can. How long have we got? 6 minutes in? Is that 6 minutes? No.
Top one. Yeah, 54, yeah.
It's 2 goals for Cantilla.
Yeah, he's been lively up forward today when they've had opportunities. Unfortunately, there haven't been a lot. And even in that first quarter when they were sort of looking pretty good, a lot of the time that trusty, reliable Nightcliff defence would be there to intercept and rebound. Is where wins a hit out there. Butterick, who's probably been one of my top players today, tries to get on the end of it, but he doesn't. It's Harley Wurrumiyanga who takes it. Not cleanly, though. Nightcliff now working through Moo to get it forward. Cheeky handball out the back. Didn't quite work out for them, and it'll be a free kick Nightcliff's way. So Liam Holt-Fitz will get on the end of it, takes a mark. In the middle, he's been very good today. Kicks it forward. Good strong mark from the key forward there.
I think that's Kyle Emery.
Kyle Emery there. So Emery's kicked a couple today. Bit of a slow start, but he's worked his way into the game. Took a great pack mark down the other end of the ground in that third quarter. He's walking in now. Will kick from about 40 metres out. Pretty good angle. And he likes that one. That's a goal.
Yes, Kyle Emery is known for his big contested marks. Been a bit quiet today, but I think this goal has just given him that bit of confidence.
And to make matters even more interesting for us in the commentary box, Ryan Nyhouse has moved into the forward line. Another one with those big, long, blonde locks. He's not as blonde as the other two, but it's going to be fun for me to try and work out who's who there. I've mentioned he's had a pretty good year down back, and it looks like Bucksy might be trying to get him on the end of a goal for some scoring rewards for his efforts this year.
Yeah, I'm backing him to get a goal before the end of the game.
And full forward, our milestone man, Brody Philo. So Nightcliff looking to share the love here. Butterick out in the middle to Holt-Fitz. Neil for Tiwi putting in an effort, making a contest. Holt Fitz now extracts the ball, kicks forward to Shawnee Wilson. He takes a mark against Gene Puruntatameri. Too easy, too big and too strong Wilson was. He'll line up, pretty good angle. Again, that same spot that Emery's just kicked a goal from. Bit closer in, he'll kick from about 35 metres out. And he's kicked that one as well. So Nightcliff move out to 26 goals, 15, 171 against Tiwi Bombers. 7 goals, 12, 54.
Go! 71. Let's go! What the fuck? 70, Yep, 171, yeah. 171.
So as the manual scoreboard is updated here as well, it moves out to a, I'm trying to work out the maths in my head, 19 goals and 3 points. So 117 point margin here, Stanley Tablura Oval. And Dulla will take it out of the middle. It's been pretty good so far for Tiwi. Doesn't find anyone with that kick. Nightcliff now looking to rebound. He's going in between two men, and it's Hopkins here running forward. He's got a paddock of space. Kicks, I think he was looking for the milestone man there in Philo, but it was a bit of a butchered kick, and it's Jason Puruntatameri who'll mop it up. He goes forward. Dulla, good strong mark. Didn't get a huge fly there, but got a nice little jump. He goes inboard, but it wasn't a great kick, straight down the throat of the Nightcliff player. Kicks forward. Nyhouse now on that far flank. And Nyhouse gets it back again. I think it's Moo there, kicks it forward. In fact, no, this is Moo now with the ball. He hands it off to the runner. Goes inside 50, kicks towards goal. And he's kicked it.
177.
Backman coming all the way forward to kick the goal.
That's it. Daniel Bowles is another one who's had a great year so far, playing off half back. And yeah, great goal from him. He'd be happy to get on the end of that one.
What I loved while you were just calling the play is Tiwi Islands player got a cramp, and one of the Nightcliff players helped him out. So what it says about Nightcliff?
Yeah, absolutely, and probably a bit about Tiwi as well, just in the, I guess, conditioning of the team and the players. And as we've said, every club has to go through what they're going through at the moment, blooding young players, and I think that was young William Dulla, who has only played a couple of games so far this year. But yeah, great to see the clubs helping each other out here where they can. Play underway, and it's the ruckman in Ware trying to work the ball forward for Nightcliff. Finds himself on the bottom of the scrum, and the umpire will call for a ball up on Tiwi's half-forward flank. So Darcy Jalamana with the hit out there. Nyhouse with the clearance, throws it onto the boot. Trent Melville will be at the bottom of the drop. He takes a good strong mark there. Gets up, looks to move quickly. And it's Bailey Edwards who moves it forward. Philo, unfortunately, gave away the free kick there for a bit of a push in the back against Puruntatameri, but they're trying to get a celebration for him, trying to get a goal in his 100th game. 100 very colourful games up here, Ree. And he's also got 2 Nichols medals to go with those games.
Yes. And just one of those dominant midfielders that you want to see in the NTFL.
Tiwi now looking to rebound. Gene Puruntatameri kicks it inboard to Adam Tipping-Woody. Kicks across to Neil. Doesn't take the mark, but kicks it forward. And here's the youngster, Dwayne Kirinoa. So he's kicked 1 goal today, a very clever goal down the other end of the field. I think it was in that first quarter where he's intercepted a kick in and used the pressure to create a score. He'll line up now for a set shot for his 2nd goal of the day, if he can kick it. And it's gone through. And he notches up Tiwi's 8th goal of the day. They move to 8 goals, 12-60. Nightcliff well ahead on 27 goals, 15, 177. It's a 117-point margin here at Stanley Tipalura Oval.
Yeah, although it's a blowout, Tiwi are still competing quite well. They move the ball well when they do have it. And just that quick turnaround, yeah, got a goal from it.
And it's unfortunately, it's the second blowout in 2 weeks. Last week they went down to Wanderers by about 127 points, 128 points. So not the way they'd want to end year 2021, but hopefully it gives them a few things to think about over the next 2 weeks as we have our Christmas break. And they come back for the last third of this year with something to play for. Sean Wilson takes a mark for Nightcliff on that half-forward flank. Goes forward to Butterick. Butterick moves in and kicks a goal. It's party time for Nightcliff. Add another one to the board. 28 goals, 15, 183. Nightcliff leading Tiwi Bombers on 8 goals, 12-60 as we edge past the 15-minute mark of this final quarter here on Bathurst Island.
Yeah, very quick response from Nightcliff. Again, that's why they're on top of the ladder.
177. 183. Put 3 in it. 197. 77. Yeah. 183. 183. You reckon? Because it was 177. Yeah, that's right. 183.
So Darcy Jalamana on Bowen in the ruck. Bowen gets a hit out. Holt Fitz tries to take possession. Cantilla, the first with a clean touch. Dances around one, gets a kick forward, doesn't hit a target. And Dougie Daniels playing up forward, tries to sell a bit of candy. Handballs it to no one really, and Nightcliff mop it up. Good work there from the Tiwi youngster. Throws on his boot, but it's just a behind. Nightcliff resume play now. Comes back inboard. I think that might be Trent Melville back there. Unfamiliar territory in the back line. The ball bounces over the boundary. We'll have a throw in on the far wing. Just forward of centre for Tiwi. Bowen again with the hit out. Been dominant in ruck today. It's out on the full and a free kick to Tiwi. Dwayne Kirinoa takes a mark up forward, plays on, goes towards goal. He's put too much on it and it's just a behind. So Tiwi, again, accuracy has hurt them today. 8 goals, 14-62. I think if that was reversed, it still wouldn't make much of a difference to the end result. But if you can be accurate, it's going to give you a lot more opportunities to win games than if you're not accurate. Eilert with the ball, plays on, gets it over the top to Holt Fitz. Plenty of time, plenty of space. Kicks forward. Trent Melville there. Plays on, kicks inside 50. And Butterick takes a good, strong mark. He's kicked a couple today, has he? 5 for Butterick today. Be lining up for what could be his 6th goal. Brady Philo still at the top of goal square.
I'm kind of hoping that he gets a goal for his 100th game.
I'm surprised he's not making a move and trying to get a cheeky one over the top. Butters has kicked plenty today, could be given a couple off. But no, he goes back, he kicks it, and it's goal number 6. So he joins Eilert on 6 goals for Nightcliff. And the two of them together outscoring Tiwi so far. 12 goals between them, Tiwi on 8 goals, 14. Nightcliff push out 29 goals, 15, 189. Well and truly in command of this game and have been for the best part of the second half and that second quarter.
85 points. Free kick, Nightcliff. Oh, Wallaby in the middle, Wallaby.
The players just assuming positions. Nightcliff, Tiwi had one short in the middle there. Got a warning for that 6-6-6 rule. Dion Munkara now in the middle. Gets a cheeky kick forward, tried to run onto it, but it didn't quite work out. He'll get the free kick now for holding the man. No advantage paid to Tiwi, who are keen to get their shoes going. Dion Munkara now, penetrating kick forward. Can't quite get Harley Purantatameri. Ball bounces over the boundary line. So as we edge towards the 20-minute mark of this fourth quarter, who would you be giving the votes to today?
For Nightcliff, Butterick has had a great game, but Cam Eyelet's just been everywhere. He's been in the back line, he's been in the midfield, he's kicked 6 goals. He'd be my my top vote. Ryan Nelhouse, always pretty solid in the back line. And yeah, that'd be those 3.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Those 3 have been pretty good today. I'd also add Liam Holt-Fitz. He's had a great game. Just really like the way he sort of bobs up and down. He's always sort of in the contest, and he does provide an X factor for him. In a game like this, it doesn't really have as much of a difference, but I think when you're playing your Waratah, your St Marys, your Wanderers, those types of teams in the big games after Christmas, he's a player who will be really important for them.
Absolutely.
Ryan Mood takes the mark at half-back now. Looks to go forward. Kyle Emery to take the mark. Players calling for it. Brody Philo's one of them, but he bypasses him. Goes to Cam Eyelet. He takes a leap, can't take the mark, gets it over. Here comes Brody. Throws it on his left, but it's just behind, his second behind today. And that elusive milestone celebration goal has not yet come. Tiwi now looking to exit their defensive 50. And that's all she wrote. Nightcliff run out winners, 29 goals, 16 behinds, 190 against the Tiwi Bombers, 8 goals, 14, 62. It's a 128-point margin. I think it was the exact same margin as last week. So a disappointing day for them, Ree.
Yeah, I feel for Tiwi, and like I said before, in every league around Australia, one club goes through this, sort of losing streak. But the important thing is that they are building their juniors, and they've got a bright future. So, yeah, feel for them. Nightcliff, just too good. They're disciplined, they're fit, and that is why they are at the top of the ladder.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you sort of hit the nail on the head there. You do feel sorry for Tiwi. No one really wants to see them losing like this week after week. But as you say, clubs do sometimes have to go through these periods. Good to have footy over here on the islands regardless. Obviously, it's a big part of territory footy, the Tiwi Islands, and great that we could finally get over here for the first time in season 21-22. Special shout out to Brody Philo as well. Obviously, we've been harping on about it. Couldn't quite get his goal to celebrate his 100-game milestone, but 100 fantastic games, and I'm sure there's plenty more to come for Brody. We'll leave you with that. It's been a pretty disappointing game for Tiwi today, but Nightcliff would be flying home very happy with themselves with a 128-point win. I'm Will Zwar. With me has been Ree Bush. Thank you very much, and we'll chat with you next time.